instead of getting older, you would get younger again. So your cells would go to a certain point. They would keep, regressing until your hair would start to grow back. Like things would, you'd start to look exactly like you did when you were 24. And then once you hit 24, there could either be a decision. Like your cells would essentially still, if you didn't have it turned around, they'd still be communicating with each other to either keep getting younger or to stop. Like, I guess it would all just depend on the programming language, but, you could have it stop. You could say once you hit 24, go ahead and go back to what you were doing before. But that's what I'm saying. They don't know what that's going to do to the cells and how, damaging that is, and if it deteriorates them faster, or if it makes them stronger, or, they may be able to read. They already know what they're made up of, but they don't know how they communicate between each other. And maybe they'll be able to make sure that the cells are indestructible and they never deteriorate, and they can multiply whenever they need to, and they can, whatever sort of sustenance they need, it can be programmed to have that exact amount to make it the most, healthy thing that it can be.
Sounds scary to me, Dave.
Sounds fucking awesome to me.
Do you think it could cure my erectile dysfunction?
Yeah, you could go in and, like I said, you could have your whatever cells or how. They'd be able to read it. They don't know what makes dicks the size and shape and color of how they are now. They just know that they're there. So once they are able to figure out what it is exactly your dick meat is and how it grows and shrinks, they'll be able to program it. Like, you can go in and just buy one, and over the course of,
What is dick meat made out of?
Same stuff that's like in your ear.
It's really? So you could hear with your dick if your ears were plugged up?
No.
If you take your dick, if you take your dick and you put it inside a seashell, will you be able to hear the ocean?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I think it'll work. Just lube it up really good.
You're gonna have to find a really little seashell.
A really little one?
Yeah.
It could be dude, I'm thick, dude. What are you talking about? It'd have to be really. It'd have to have a really big hole, but be really short.
Just a shallow, deep hole.
Yeah, I'm like a tuna can, remember?
That's so gross.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So anyways, let's take a little pause in the action, folks. This is a Dapper Baboon podcast. If you want to call in, if you're listening live, it is 914-205-5427. It is Friday night at 11 o'clock p.m., so if you are listening right now, you can call in. However, if you're listening on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, chances are you're not listening live. So if you call in, there ain't going to be nobody there. So don't call the number at that time. But if you're listening on Friday between 10 and 12, let me tell you, if you call 914-205-5427, we're going to talk to you. We're going to take a little bit of break and play a commercial. We're going to take a break for about a minute. I'm going to sit and try to find a seashell to stick my dick into, and then we'll be right back.
You're listening to Third Eye Political Radio, and we really appreciate you joining us. And when you have a moment, why don't you check out our sister station, Heart Over Ego Radio, where we offer a lineup of shows that are guaranteed to raise your vibrations and guide you into your best life. We offer shows on Sundays, Everyday Psychic Radio, Mondays, The Alchemy Sisters, Tuesdays, Radical Spirituality, and on Wednesdays, All for One is Love. And then we close out the week on Fridays with Rain Radio. Amazing shows produced for you 5 days a week, only on Blog Talk Radio. That's right, it's our sister station, Heart Over Ego Radio.
And we're back. Hey, speaking of that Heart Over Ego Radio, so that is my buddy Drew, and also my friend Jenny Daniel, who's a healer, psychic, tarot card reader. She does all types of cool shit. But I did this week that was kind of interesting, and it just reminded me of that.
What?
I did a past lives reading with my girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Like, we sat down. Yeah. We sat down with psychic, and for about an hour, she read our past lives to us. All this
so
type
mad.
of shit.
I mean, not in an offensive way, but I just cannot believe you and someone else are and nobody loves me. It's because my personality's awful, Bo.
It is, dude.
I know, and I don't know how to fix it.
I've had 3 girlfriends in the past 2 months, and here you are, girlfriendless.
All I can get them to do is fuck me, dude.
It's true. All they do, they fuck you, and they're like, nope, wasn't good enough, not boyfriend material.
No, they go, the mother of my child says, you're gorgeous until you open your fucking mouth. So, it's just the shit that I say really pisses them off.
You know what I found out in my past lives reading?
What?
That I used to be, it was a couple things. One was I used to perform in front of, kings and queens, kind of like a jester.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, the other one was that I was part of the people who were, moving west and ended up, settling in Denver. Not Denver, but somewhere around Colorado. And started a community. And then, according to the psychic, that, my girlfriend and I, that, we've shared, a whole bunch of past lives together and stuff, and that's the reason why it feels like we've, known each other for forever.
I mean, that's fun. I wish that was real. I wanna do it with somebody.
You could, Dave, but nobody likes you.
What if I just brought in someone and we just told them that was my girlfriend and, things like that, and then they had all those stories like that about, but they didn't know that we weren't actually a couple. We just went in there to fuck with them. You think they'd say the same thing?
See, I don't know, because I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. I don't typically believe in that shit and psychics and stuff, but I've been involved with the people who are also on the Third Eye Political Radio, who've done different psychic shows and different things on Blog Talk Radio for a couple years now, and gotten to know them as friends. And I've called in to their shows and stuff, kind of the support, and I ask them questions and shit. So it's kind of interesting, because any other time, so when I was married, I'd call in and have questions. And this person would always be kind of what I'm picking up is that, they try to say it in a nice way. They'd be like, things basically aren't going to work out, and it's going to take a whole lot of work if it is going to work out. And I don't think that you want to put in that type of work that it's going to take for this to work out. And I don't think the person that you're with wants to put in that type of work, And
isn't that just advice that anybody would give you?
Well, yeah, but it was I would always be careful not to give it away, because I would try to explain the situation a little bit, but not do it in such a way to where it's it's obvious that oh, well, this is a bad thing, right? So anytime I've called in, asked any type of question or something, it's something along those lines. But this time when I called in talking about current relationship, the psychic was all wait a second. She was like, I want you to call in sometime not on the show, because I'm picking up all this cool shit about past lives that you've had with this person and all this different stuff. And then it was weird. It was different. Because usually it's always negative.
One girl. Listen, I had this dream of this girl. I mean, so specific of what she looked like, and I drew it. And I drew a really good I mean, it was good. It looked like my dream. And I posted it on Facebook. And then, 6 or 7 months rolls by, and I walk into a Buffalo Wild Wings, and there's a girl behind the counter that is just identical. I mean, she's identical to the picture. Even like the way she was standing, like I just looked up because I remember it so specifically. Like I just kind of like walked in, and I was looking at my shoes because I wear a lot of Jordans, and I was just like looking at them, to see what they looked like as I was walking. But anyway,
you were looking at your shoes as you were walking?
Yeah. I just wanted to see what they look like in motion, They look. But anyway, I looked up and I see this girl, and it's her. It's her. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my God, that's her. That's my dream girl. That's the girl. Oh, holy shit. And I mean, I'm not super aggressive like that. Like, I don't go and hit on women and things like that. I just don't. I think it's uncomfortable when shit like that happens. But this girl, I just was like, are you single? Do you have a boyfriend? And she was like, yeah, I do. I'm sorry. And I was just like, that's a bummer because like I don't want you to have a boyfriend. Like, I want you. And she was like, oh my God. She was like, that's so nice of you. That's very sweet. But I'm sorry. I have a boyfriend. And I was like, all right. And I, I kept going in there and like just flirting and talking to her and things like that. And then eventually we started messaging on Facebook. And at first she wasn't responding. Like, I would message her like really sweet things or something, or like I would message her to make me like chicken fingers and shit when I was heading back from an IHC or something and getting lunch. And she would have them ready for me when I got there. And like, then eventually she was like, look, my boyfriend's like super jealous of you, and he normally isn't jealous. He doesn't give a fuck what I do. But like you, he's really freaked out about. And she's like, really? I kind of just, she's like, actually, like, thank you. He's never been this like attentive or interested in me in the year, like forever. And I was like, all right, well, that's neat. You should probably break up with him because like you're mine. And she did. And we just like started dating, and it was amazing, dude. Like, best sex I've ever had with somebody. It was like the most comfortable and like just the best. We were just fun. It was fun to be together. We would like go on dates, like these cool dates, and we would like sneak off somewhere and just make out up against like, in a stairwell or in a hallway. Like, we would just hide these places and just kiss for a little while. And like, it was just awesome. But then all of a sudden it like just out of nowhere, it stopped being awesome. Like, we just weren't together anymore. Like, after 24 hours, it was just over. And we didn't talk anymore after that. We didn't really like hang out. I mean, I don't know what happened or why or anything. But like, the reason she told me, she said, she was like, she's like, I've always wanted someone like you. She's like, I've always just wanted a guy who like really cared about me and was like sweet to me, and that it felt like this. She's like, now that I have you, she's like, now that I like experienced what it was like to be with someone who like truly like kind of like worshipped me, she's like, I realized like maybe I don't like it. She's like, I don't want to be someone's like, beautiful princess. Like, I don't want to be that, I guess. I prefer, she's like, I kind of like being treated like shit better. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, like, I was like, I can treat you like shit, you fucking loser. I don't know. What do you want? But then it was over. But it was just like, that's what I wonder, if talking to a psychic, would they even understand what happened and what that meant and why and how? I mean, I don't know. It was so awesome that it feels weird that it's over.
Yeah. It's probably because you gave her herpes.
I didn't give her herpes, but I wish I would have.
Yeah. She'd still be with you if you gave her herpes. That's how you keep
right,
them.
because then you can't break up.
Yeah, I mean, then you got to go to go to a website where like only people with herpes go to hook up.
Is that how you have to do it?
That's how I have to do it, man. You got it's called the herpster.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do.
Yeah, but it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Tell me what a psychic's going to make me understand about that, dude. That's what I want to know.
About the
Why